Sure, can you hear me now? Yeah, I was just testing some settings. Very cool. Yeah, I was just playing around with some settings. I'm gonna do some art for Andy, I think. See if I get that up. Cool. Well, I'm gonna have a raid in just a second. And I'm gonna design some cool artwork for. Hey, friends, welcome on in. I was just over there with Luna, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a quick short stream. She did a quick pop up stream, and my wife is actually at a Lizzo concert right now with my mother in law, so I may have to take a phone call from her in just a second. But I was going to do a little bit of art, and yeah, I just wanted to test to make sure that everything was working. I'm gonna quickly go grab a glass of water before I start designing stuff, but yeah, it's cool. So I don't know if actually Champ has ever met Luna. So Luna is another streamer that I mod for. She makes music. She was actually just doing a pop-up stream. She's good friends with Carly, who also mods here with Champ. And I realized that a lot of Luna's people actually probably have never hung out before on one of my streams, either art or sports. But I was gonna doing a quick little art stream. So this is a piece of artwork that I designed last night with KR. So that's sort of my latest emote. But what I'm going to think about doing tonight is I was going to pick up I was going to do a little bit of a quick Photoshop job for a project I was working for Andy. So let me see if I can pull up Andy's latest one here. And I can set that one and I do it with a timeline here. You guys can see it play. You get a sense of that. So, but yeah, so this is the one that we just unlocked for Andy, and so it should be looking. I don't know why it's going so slow. But yeah, so it was really fun to build this one out. And so the other one I really wanted to build out was Andy has a crying emote that we wanted to maybe animate some tears coming down. So I'm going to take a look real quickly um, to see. I think I have the old one on file, which will make this go a lot faster. Um, but yeah, how is everyone doing tonight? If anyone has any questions, you can feel free to ask in chat. I'm happy to answer them. Let me see here. I figured I found this. Here we go. Nice. I do have the file. So I'm kind of a digital pack rat, and I keep in the cloud almost every project I've ever created, all the way dating back for 20 years. So it's nice because then you don't have to invent things from scratch, which is really kind of cool. Um, and so Lewis says, be right back. And Champ says hello. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in for kind of a pop up stream. Let me open up here into Photoshop um, the basic one, and so it doesn't look like I actually. I have to go back and see if I can find the original file that I created because this isn't separated into its layers. It's just got some of the layers. So let me go get my glass water and I'll put it on and be right back for just a second, and then I'll be right back and I'll do some art with you guys. All right, we're back. So, thank you for sticking with me through that. All right, so we found one of Andy's crying emotes. Let me see if I can. We'll zoom this one in a little bit so you can see what emote that we're going to be editing. I'm going to take a quick look here to see if I have other files that I used to make it. Um, see. I have a lot of files, but I don't think I have. I have a lot of files, but I don't think any of them are the original artwork. All right. Well, we'll just work with what we got here. Yo. Hey, Andy. So, all right. So I was looking for the original one that I designed. So this is the original picture here. We're gonna probably redo the Photoshop, which is fine. Um, or maybe I'll just grab the elements from here to bring back into that one. So, let me do that real quickly. Top of this layer. Take this layer and we're going to lower the opacity down to half. I take the layer behind it and it's going to then line it up. Line it exactly so that way try to guess the stuff that's beneath it. I may just re-Photoshop the. Whoa, a raid, Tukajin raid. Hey, welcome everybody. That's awesome. I didn't expect other people to join in on this art stream. Well, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We're here. We're gonna Photoshop a friend of ours and make a crying emote. So this is the emote that we've designed before, but I'm trying to recreate some of the artwork that I've done. Unfortunately, I didn't save it correctly. But then we can kind of animate these tears. But welcome everybody for joining us for this impromptu stream. So I'm just gonna cut out these eye drops. Tukajan, let me know what you guys were doing in your stream, and I appreciate everyone for being able to join us today. So I'm taking these eye drops that we liked in their relative places, and I'm sort of putting them back a little bit where we got them. I'm gonna recut out from the background here. Let me just see. So I'm just trying to position things in approximately where we had them the last time. And I'm going to also take some of this background area. Some of it I'm going to keep, and some of it I am going to get rid of. I really want this lower part down here. So I'm going to copy this part out. Add this to this layer. I'm going to turn this off. So that way he's got that, and I'm going to cut out the background for a second. Super cool to see you were online. I was working on my novel. I'm trying to finish the last chapter before the end of the month. Lots of chatting and conversation tonight. That sounds awesome. Well, there's a Pokemon in chat if anybody wants to try to catch it. I'm gonna use an Ultra Ball. I don't think I have one of these. We'll see. I don't, and I don't know if that Ultra Ball actually worked. But yeah, so Pokemon chat, people can check out Sec Pokemon. And Luna's asking, Ticketed what type of novel. So it's cool that we have people from different parts of my world, from the Hattie world and other parts of the music world, being able to meet each other tonight. So Luna actually just rated us right before you, Tukujin. And hi, welcome in, Titan Rising. Just doing a little bit of art. We're trying to animate these different basically making a crying Andy emote. Andy has the crying static one from before, and we thought that it'd be kind of a fun thing to make an animated version of it. I'm trying to decide whether I want it to be a transparent one or if we want to put it on a black background. It'll be easier to put it on a black background, but trying to decide what's best. Andy, if you're still in chat, do you feel strongly that it needs to be on transparent background, or do you think we go the easier route and put either a solid color background, or we could go super crazy with it and make an animated background as well as a possibility? Because once we're already building an animated one, I mean, one of my animated, I have a stock background that I've made where you can go you could be electrifying the background while you're crying. It could be another background as well. So there's options. And the Tugajan says it's an urban fantasy rescue story. My main character was hired to go undercover to try to rescue his high school girlfriend, only to find out that he was the ransom payment. Oh, that's interesting. I'm almost done with it. That's crazy. It sounds awesome. Um, Thank you for redeeming hydrate. All right. Well, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Andy, are you still in chat? Do you feel strongly about what type of background that you want? I can quickly just Photoshop in a black background or Photoshop out. Let's see right here. I've already Photoshopped out a background before, and so I'm wondering if I can just grab the elements that I'm missing and kind of paint them in for here. Let me just see. So, I'm excited for the Caps preseason games. I'm somewhat excited for Caps preseason. It's hard for me to get into it quite until we get into the regular season. For people that don't know, Titan Rising is a friend of mine who's a Caps fan, who's actually been on the podcast before. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how we do this year. We have so many injuries. I'm not quite sure what to make of this team quite yet. Copy, paste here, take out that part there. So now I'm gonna see here if I can sort of color correct it and get all of it to become uniform there. Make you in the sky. Okay, we could do that. All right, so let's mimic here and try to get some of the color corrections. I'm gonna take both of these layers. We're gonna put it into a folder, and then I'm gonna duplicate this folder just in case we need to go back to it later. And then from here, we're gonna Photoshop this together. We will start with this. But blue skies, cloud, etc. Do you want the sky and the clouds moving and stuff, or is this a static background that you're seeing? So I'm trying to guess right now what the colors would have been behind it, because we had designed an emote that had certain coloring before. Um, and I thought I had a saved copy of it, but I don't. But you can see how I can quickly Photoshop some of the lighting and effects into it. And again, we're right now at 600%. So you're never gonna see an emote at this depth, but you can kind of approximate in Andy's cheeks and Photoshop this coloring to give kind of the similar coloring and lighting that you see there. Guy doesn't have to move just the clouds. Okay. Yeah. So all right, let's see what that would look like. Painting, kind of feel like Bob Ross a little bit sometimes when doing this on stream. So this is kind of like if you were painting in a modern day. this. And we'll have the, so we'll have big colorful eye drops in front of it. You wouldn't even ever see that. All right, so let's take this thing. We're gonna separate it into two separate layers so that way the eye drops can go in different directions. So we're gonna cut one out and edit, paste, special, paste in place, and I'll put it in the exact same spot. We're gonna create a video timeline down here and make it a frame animation. Um, Titan says, with the flood and such, I basically couldn't even think about hockey this offseason, but I almost cried tears of joy driving to work Monday morning, listening to the Caps this morning, and drinking my coffee from the Caps cup. Yeah, no, I was excited to see the first Caps game. I was kind of already in a little bit of a sour mood when the Eagles just absolutely crushed us, and then the Caps were winning, and then they fell apart, and they lost in overtime and lost the shootout. Um, so which one today was one with a good, the first one was good, had a couple big raids, and the second one was nice and chill and short. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. I think I saw that you had gone online, but it was definitely later in the day than I was expecting. I wasn't even actually expecting a stream at all, but that's cool, Luna. Who rated you? Let us know. I'm now curious. And Andy, I understand a long day at work. I was actually at a birthday party for one of my friends after school. I worked pretty late and then I went to that and I was out doing that all night until I came home. And then I saw Kiva streaming and I was like, maybe I'll do a pop-up stream. I don't often have the house to myself. All right, so if this is the starting place, we're gonna move the eye drops down over time. So maybe this goes down to here. And then we'll add another frame. Maybe it goes to there. And then maybe they kind of fall off a little bit. And then one more and they fall off completely. And we could do a more detailed animation, but honestly, it's going to go so quickly. I don't know if we need to. Let's just see it real quickly. I think it can go even faster than that. Let's see it at really fast speed. All right, so now we're gonna take this one. I'm actually going to change this to 0.1 seconds. We're gonna make the whole thing go really fast and repeat. All right, Andy, what do you think so far? Do you think that the eye drops need to go in different directions, or there's a lot that we can do with it. Oh, that's interesting. So if I leave the program, it pauses it when I look at chat. So good to know. Not much, just downward. Okay. Now I can make it come more. Let's take these. Make it go more directly down. I was kind of exaggerating the motion a little bit just for kind of comedic effect, but we can, this is what it would look like more if like gravity were to drop it down. What do you think about that, Andy? Let me know. And then we can work on animating a background as well. I think it's pretty good. I almost wonder, I mean, we can put it back on if you want. We could probably leave it transparent, and because the eye drops are coming mostly over the body, it would retain the transparency. What are your thoughts? Do you want I'm happy to build out a background. It wouldn't take me very long, but we could also just leave the transparent one. Or what I think we should, I'm going to save it right now at this state. So, and then I'm going to make a second one so that way I can come back to it if All right. Well, thank you, Luna, for stopping by, and thank you for the raid. It's awesome that you got to see my stream for a couple minutes. I got to see your stream for a couple minutes, even late night, even though neither of us were gonna stream. So that was pretty fun. I appreciate you for stopping by and bringing your friends with us on this mini raid train. Um, so do you want do you want to see what it would look like with clouds in the background, or do we think um so you thought it was just a blue background with clouds going, along the side? Yeah, that's fine. We can definitely do it. So that's pretty simple to do. Let's pick up a couple different. I'm gonna switch screens for a second. I'm gonna stop the share. We're going to start a new screen share. Different images of clouds. So we're just getting some ideas here of some clouds that we could do it with. Do you want it to be more cartoony clouds, or do you want it to be more realistic clouds? The emote itself, um, if I remember correctly, the actual one might be a little bit yellower, so this might be more true toned on your colors. It's still a little bit yellow. Um, but Andy, what do you think? Do you think mostly cartoony clouds, or do you think a more realistic look? What are your thoughts on that? Take a drink while you ponder. I realized I never changed it back to the stream title. Should I say? I'm gonna switch it back. You want it more cartoony? Perfect. Awesome. Let me see. Can I change the title of our stream? Yes, I can. Awesome. So for anybody who doesn't know who we're doing this for, hey Naders, welcome. All right, so we like their cartoony look. I think I might just take these simple clouds. Grab this. I'm gonna just appropriate all these clouds, and then we will Photoshop the hell out of them. All right, so let me try to stop that screen share and start a new one with Photoshop. And here we go. All right, so I'm gonna make a new frame. It's it's gonna be the last frame, frame 7. I'm gonna turn everything off on that one for now. We're gonna create a new layer. We're gonna import an image from, well, I'm gonna just click and drag it. So I'm gonna take it from my desktop and bring it on into Photoshop here. And so, all right. So now I got some clouds. So we are going to turn it off for all frames. We are going to delete this frame. I'm going to go to frame 1. Take this layer and put it all the way at the background. Six, 8, and this one. That's kind of how that would look. Hey, Kane, welcome. Oh, you're just in time for a Magnemite. Check. Yeah, Kane, welcome on in. It's nice to see you here. All right, so that's what we've got so far. Um, Andy, what are your thoughts on that design? Um, I'm gonna go feed my cat. You give a quick thoughts on that. It's mad late for me, so I'm up when you're on for a change. I hope that you've had a great day. Trip to the farm and Insta look lovely. Yes, Kane, it was an awesome trip. I enjoyed celebrating the New Year's. I had the day off, so that was really great to be able to do that. And congratulations on catching the Magnemite. That's a classic Pokemon. Can we do a few more frames of cloud so they kind of scroll across? Yeah, yeah, we can definitely. So, how do you want it to? I'm just trying to think here how we want to do this. Do we want to do another set of moving? So like trying to decide whether the clouds go twice as long across, but it's a second set of eye drops going across. So what that would look like, if we duplicate everything, and everything is, oh wait, how much farther was this to the end? Oh, it wasn't even that much further. Okay, so let's get in now. These. Doing another set of eye drops. They appear to continuously pass. Ah, I see what you're saying. The problem is, I'm just trying to think of how I would do that. All right, let me think this through. So if I started another layer, let me just keep this going. And I take this thing and I duplicate it. It goes under. I'm gonna lock this layer. And then this layer I'm going to bring all the way back to the beginning. Then I take this layer and I unlock it. And now when I take them, I can link these layers. So that should mean that if I make another one, we should be able to 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 1. So this should give the illusion. Alright, sorry, I'm making what should be a continuous wallpaper. Let's see if it works. I think if I take out this last frame, it should work. Alright, so what do we think of that? I think that's pretty good. I think we just need to do one more set of the eyes dropping. So let me just see here. So this is layer 4 and 7. Let me see if I can do the math real quickly to try to get them in the exact same location that they were. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's on 5 frames, 6. So it's 7. They should be gone. So there's a total of 16 frames. So the math says that the 8th frame is done. We do one more loop around. So, all right. We're gonna take these two. I'm just trying to think it through. So if I copy this thing at this state, that should solve it. So hold on. I'm gonna duplicate this layer right here, and then I'm gonna hide it, and I'm gonna make it appear in frame 9 and 10. It will appear again, and it will. Both of these will drop. 11. Grab both these again. On. Drop a little bit more. Right, drop a little bit more. And then turn this layer on again. And then we're gonna drop it more. For all these layers, I need this to be done. So, all right, let's see if this works. It looks pretty continuous to me. What do you think? What does chat think? Does it seem pretty continuous to you guys? We'll also show it to you guys a little bit smaller to get a sense of what it will look like as an emote. Um, I think it's pretty darn good. Which do you like, Andy? Do you like it with a transparent background better? Do you like this? I will. We can say both options. I'll give you both options since you can choose. Anything else that you want to do with that one, or is that one pretty good? I'm happy that your internet's been back up, Kane. I haven't been able to catch one of your streams, but I have seen that you're on, and I'm happy that you've been back. Did they um did they ever tell you what was wrong with your internet? Was it a router thing or was it your service provider? It'd be cool to see how they both look in chat. Yeah, like I can't make them active in chat, but I will give you both files and you can obviously try them both out. Yeah, but I'm happy that the job has at least been more regular for you, Andy. I know that that was troublesome before, so I'm happy that you're able to get that out. Oh, you'll try both of them out. Got it. Sounds good. We've got like another 10, maybe 15 minutes. do you want to work on what the loop emote would be? Because I think I could probably design that real quickly for you and then get all of them done, Andy. But I just need to know what you envisioned you wanted the loop emote, because that's gonna be the static one, what you wanted it to be. So just let me know what your thoughts are on that, and if you want to do that tonight, or we can do it some other time as well. Um, Oh, good. It's a router thing. Yeah, I honestly should get a new router for mine. But I'm lucky. I plugged my PC straight into the Ethernet, and it's okay. But with having two kids and the amount of million devices I have, it's always a load on our Wi-Fi. Um, yeah, that was the same thing here. Yeah, I'm so happy you both have gotten better internet. I know it's been frustrating for both of you during different times. Yeah, the modem and the router for sure. Sure. Haven't thought too far out. My idea is to make a graffiti loop. All right, let's do it. Kane, you like graffiti art, I think, if I remember correctly. So I think that you might dig this thing. All right, so I'm gonna save these. I'll send these to you later. Let's talk about. Well, we can make a new canvas right quick and make it 1,000 by 1,000. Let's talk fonts. Because that's obviously, if this is gonna be very font focused and driven and you want that graffiti look, let's try to find the right font, because that's going to obviously impact what we're going to do. So let me pull up a font list and we can go from there. One of my favorite font places is called defont.com, and I will show it to you guys. Let's see, Zoom, uh, we are sharing the font. A big bold tag. Okay, let's just look at different sorts of tags. All right, let's see here. This has so many different types of fonts, so we go basically by category, right? But I think sometimes you can search for like graffiti art and stuff like that. So let me just see. Oh, there is. Here it is. I see it now. Here's a popular tag of graffiti art. So, um, I can also take this link, I can send it to you in chat, and you guys can scroll through it as well, and you can, you like fonts with a lot of depth. That is helpful. I'm putting the link in chat. Why don't you have a scroll through them as well and take a look and maybe pick a top two or three that you want to try out, and then I can download those fonts and we can work from there. I mean, I can walk through them in chat and show it too, but I thought it might be easier if Andy can sort of hold on his favorite or whatever and figure it out. This is a great website because you can download a ton of different cool fonts. And then we can even try the text. This is kind of cool. If you type up here like loop and search for it. All right, I'm gonna put you guys on hold for just 1 second. My wife is calling. So I'm gonna put you All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me now. Oh, a berserker. Okay. Do I have one of those? It's a really cool. Dang it, that sucks. Berserker is an evolution of a Meowth, but only in certain areas of the Pokemon world. Anyway, so we got Loop here that you can type in. Um, with Loop, yeah, so that way you can kind of see what it looks like in this graffiti font. So if you typed in Loop up there, you can see it. So sorry, say it again. If you want to give me like a specific name or top three, Andy, that you like, we can try that. I know this one's kind of a cool. I think this is the one you were talking about in stream, but let me know the name. The names are the ones like right above, right here, and you can let me know which ones you like if you click on the link. But I can try this one. Um, and we can try a couple others. I like. Yeah, find that one. Oh shit! How did I time you out? What the hell? I was clicking to copy your name. God damn it! I didn't even know I could time out a mod. Son of a bitch. How did that even happen? I don't even know. Andy, are you back? Sorry, hold on. It was. Can you type in the name of it again? That's so frustrating. And I can't even see his previous comments, which I thought that you could as the. Anyway. Alright, well, I'm gonna look up other. I don't remember what the one that he said was. Oh, wait, I think I found his previous comment. Let me see. There we go. Andy, are you back? I'm sorry. Yeah, oh man, I have to mod you again. Jesus Christ. Mod. I did. Wait, does that work? Okay, you should be back to being a mod now. Hey, well, I get to see what a first badge looks like on you. That's kind of cool. Anyway, all right. All right, we're gonna download. We'll try these two right here. We're added to a font book. Fonts. I'm validating them, and then I'm gonna get this other one here. Okay. I was looking at the puppet. I think it's got all this quiet all of a sudden. I am so sorry. I definitely did not mean. I was literally trying to copy the text, and somehow I hit the trash can button next to your name. Gotta love mod controls. Super handy for eliminating moderators. No, it actually I think it actually like tried to ban you. I had to like unban you. Anyway, oh yeah, I hit the ban button. That's even better. All right. We're gonna try the Jakarta one first. We're gonna write the word loop. pretty sizable. So what what else are we doing? We can, maybe have some like arrows, going and making it sort of a circular thing. I'm gonna post some examples of loop emotes in chat. We can take a look at them. Inner city. Let me see that one. Inner city. Oh, that's a really cool font. All right, we'll take a look at that one as well. All right, down Inner city. Let me install that in the font book. Oh, we've got loop. I'm gonna call this one loop one. We're going to duplicate this layer. Call this loop two. We're gonna pull up different fonts that we like. So that one was Inner City. And we can also control a lot of the other stuff if we like it. We could make the kerning different. We could, change the angle of it. You could, there's a lot that you could do with it. I mean, we could have different lettering on different lines. We could go at an angle. We could do like circles with arrows around it, or we could do other objects around it as well. So whatever that you are thinking. Hold on. Oh, I'm sharing the wrong screen. There we go. All right. So we got loop. Well, so these are our two. There are different options right now. Oh yeah, we'll color them. We can add other objects to them. We could add musical notes to them, and different things like that. Uh, you had three that you'd given me. So let me see what the third option is. So let's decide on a font before we decide which way we're gonna go with this. What was the other one called? I thought it was called Black. Why is this one not? One of them didn't install right. I don't know. I thought it was called Do Call Calls Me on Street. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Let's just go with these two. Unless is there a strong one that you felt that is a contender other than these? Or do you want to go with one of these two? Yeah, so we can color them. So I think my gut is this one. Let's just say it's small. Yeah, I think this is my favorite, but we'll keep the other one as a backup, I think. I'm gonna take this thing, we're gonna duplicate it. We're going to take the layer, we're gonna rasterize the type. That'll let us be able to like drop colors into different parts here. Give an example of adding something with color, what it could look like. Um, Just playing with some ideas here. Um, easy T. Alright, so now we gotta decide if it's gonna be a transparent thing or if it's gonna go on a different color background. So let's see what it looks like on different ideas. Like on a dark background. So it looks like on a light background. If we were to just keep it like that, you could also do it, we could affect these arrows and stuff like that and change their colors up as well. Playing with some different styles and what you could do with that. Um, we could even add the patterns or effects over it. We could have like gradients of colors. There's so many things we could do with those elements as well. Try the O's in the same color. Sure. Do you want the green color? I'm gonna show you the green color first. And then tell me. Green. I don't like it with the black. I wonder. Hmm. Just thinking of other things you could do. You could almost put like a circle behind it instead of a square. I'm just trying some ideas out real quick. Put it back on white. Layer. Interesting. This almost like it could be a character. I just wanted to see. Hmm. I don't know if that reads even at 10%. I don't know. It's kind of cute actually. But anyway, that was just an idea I had. Um, so I mean, you'd see it more if you're up close, obviously, than you would at that depth. We could even like, yeah, accentuate the smile a little bit. Yeah. So you can kind of still see it on. We could put it on transparent, so it'd just be like creeping through on dark, but on a light background, you would see a circle, which could be kind of cool. So it would look a little bit different. Also, the advantage of that is then when it would be on, it'd be like kind of like a circle that would be dropping when it's shown through on the emote wall, was what I was thinking. You think it's too small to see? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get up. So wondering if it reads. I don't know. It reads pretty small. I'll be totally honest, because it's the neon green on that. But it's up to you. We can remove it or we can keep it. What are your thoughts of it being on a circle so that way on emote walls it wouldn't be like a chunky square and be a little bit more of an interesting shape? I also think of loops are circular in theory. Um, could also add some musical notes if we wanted to do that. Let me know if you want me. I can get rid of the green smile as well and just scrap that. But I think you could see it. You like the circle? Do you want to leave the green in there so if people see it blown up, they can see the smiley face? And even if it's small, I don't think it ruins it even when it's tiny. But I'll leave that up to you. It still reads pretty darn small, which is pretty interesting. Um, Okay, well, let's zoom back in. All right, what colors do we want the arrows to be? Now we can kind of refine the design a little bit more. And the colors can be whatever you want them to be. You like the O's to be the same color, but we can switch out the L and the P colors. The arrows can be the same color or different. Blue seems nice and maybe a little bit darker. Okay. Uh, for the L, or are we talking about the arrows? Do you want them to be in the same family of blue, or do you want them to be different as well? All right. So we're talking about the arrows. So the arrows, let's gradient overlay. So there's a bunch of different blues over here we can choose from. Ooh, that one's kind of a nice one. Let's see what that one looks like. Copy. Layer style. Layer style. One other thing we can talk about also is the circle, which right now is black, which would then stand out against white, but not against black. We could also choose to do it as a different thing. We can do a, let's see here. So right now it's got a color overlay. So if we were to scrap the color overlay and do a gradient overlay, you could do something like that where you've countered colors, the oranges to the blue. I don't know. See it small? Yep. I'm gonna put it on dark real quick just so you can see what that looks like, since that's what most people see it on. And we can, now that we've selected a background color, maybe neon green isn't the right one for the O's. Maybe we, you know, select a different color. So that's a possibility too. Um, Do you like the colors we chose? I mean, we can choose different colors now because these are blues and this has got an orange thing. The L and the P could be, contrary colors that could stand out. They could be, something more in the reddish family. I'm just gonna show you what that looks like. Yeah, and you could even have, I think of the P, maybe more like a purple is a possibility too. Kind of looks like a bikini, but I mean, beach time bikini, not necessarily a bad vibe to have, but it's just kind of funny. Um, you like the yellow better? Okay. And the other thing that I was going to show you is doesn't have to be necessarily a solid. You can start to affect the colors as well. So watch this. So if we have some of these things, 2, 3, 4, we cut them out and we paste them into its own layer. We could take it, we can add bevel and emboss, which makes it like pop out a little bit more 3D. You could add a inner glow to them. And you could add a bit of look to them as well that has like a light opacity. Gives it more of like a cartoony kind of vibe. So that gives you it increases the 3D-ness of that effect. Here's what I've done there. Gonna make the letters a little bit bigger, sure. So we take all of the letters. I'm gonna take these things, I'm gonna duplicate it. Hide the originals. I'll take both of these. We're gonna link those layers, and we're gonna make it the whole thing. That is what they look like. About as big as I think we're going to want to go. I wanted to show you what it looks like on white too. See, I like this because then I think it works on both different colors if we make it transparent. All right, what are we thinking? Do we want any musical notes or anything else added to this? Or do we think that it's enough? Part of me thinks to scrap the thing and move it down. That's fine. Yeah, I think that the other design was fighting it. I think this is better. I kind of want to see what would happen if we imprint some musical notes on it. I'll try what this would look like. So just give me a second to try a couple of little ideas I have. While I'm doing this, I like a real time. What are your thoughts on adding that? It's gonna end up being very, very small if I end up doing it this way, and I'm gonna what's called imprint on it. So it's gonna be like a light transparency. So the notes are gonna be very faint, almost like a an emboss on the arrow. Um, and once it gets smaller, I don't think it will take away too much. But let me try to do it maybe on the top one, and if you like it, we can mimic it on the bottom one, and if you don't, we can just totally scrap it. But it could create a really cool effect. Um, okay, so let me take all of these layers, put them in a folder. Then I'll take these and add it to that folder. And that whole thing, I'll put 20%. And then I take the whole thing and I do a color overlay. Color overlay. Ah, copy this layer style and apply it to all of these layers. You see what it looks like now? I don't think it's too strong, but I will defer to you. Oh, it's bubbling. Andy, what do you think of the notes now that you see that it's just sort of like this light imprint of them? Even do it a little bit darker. So you can kind of see it at 50%, but when it goes down lower, it kind of just adds a texture to the arrows. But we can totally scrap it if you don't like it. Okay. Let's let me show you how I can just duplicate it real fast. And then take that whole entire fold. Oops. Hmm. I don't think that works, but I don't think you can have them upside down. So let me just reorient them manually. Copy this layer style and apply it to this one right here. All right, there we go. So I've just reorganized all of it. It looks pretty cool, I think. Let's do some slight moving of elements around. All right, and then this is what it looks like small. I think it's cool. It kind of gives us like texture to the musical thing. And I think if you ever wanted to show it bigger on your stream, you could because you could blow it up and it'll be transparent. Um, I like it. Is there anything else that you need for it, or you think that that's good? Aw- Awesome. All right, I'm gonna put you on mute for one more second. All right. So we got the crying email. Let's just take one last look at that to make sure we're happy with this one. And then we got the other one as well. So this is just so you know, this is gonna be oh wait. All right, that looks pretty good. And then we got the loopy emote. Can I have both open at the same time? Does that work? All right, there we go. I think I finally got it so both can show on screen. And it'd be more like more comparable size. All right, I think it's looking pretty good. All right, any ideas about what are we gonna replace? I don't know. That is a good question. Maybe we can talk about tomorrow on your stream at noon, and we can figure out which way what we want to do and which ones we want to move around. And um, I mean, I guess people like the regular. Well, you have an extra non-animated one, so the loop goes there. So the question is, which animated one goes away, I guess. Um, yeah, maybe glitch heart is the way to. I love your glitch heart, but I do think that this one is more unique. I don't know. Maybe maybe we can make a really cool static. I mean, maybe eventually we make a really cool static emote, and you replace out the crying regular Andy one, and you just have this one. You don't have the yellow one anymore, or make that one. I don't know if you have follower emotes, or maybe you swap that out for one of those, so people still have a crying Andy emote that they can use everywhere. Um, There's an idea as well. So, but why don't we talk about? I'll export them and I'll send them to you, and then you can, try them out. And then we can vote on it tomorrow on your stream about which way we want it to go and see how they look, and we can always make adjustments later. Um, awesome. Well, Andy, I'm gonna let you pick our raid target if you'd like. I know it's late, so probably not gonna spend a lot of time. Um, but there's a lot of people on right now. I don't know where you would like to go. We can go. There's Thug Shells, Kev from the Bunker. But hmm, I don't know where I want to go. Dark Native is on doing music, I think. I've never rated him before, so maybe that's the move. Um, Any thoughts, Andy, on anybody you'd like to go and take this group to? Let's save this. Let's save the web. This is transparency. Also, going to change it as a slightly less high definition one. All right. All right. Do you think we should do that, or should we do um dark native? I'm happy to do whatever you think is better, Andy. I've never seen this person before. Well, let's just try that. I like meeting new people. The Dylan Cottle music, I think DYLANCOTTLE music is where we're gonna head. Oh, they have subscriber as follower or subscriber only chat on. It's not my favorite, but anyway, that's cool. All right, thank you everyone for tuning in. We're gonna do a raid, and we'll see you guys soon.